Well, perfect. We are back. I miss teaching yoga. I miss getting dressed for something in the morning. I miss leaving my house. So here we are, 2021, and I'm coming back with free yoga here and there on Instagram and on YouTube. So join me for a 20-minute super simple flow today. Find your mat, take a nice seat, close your eyes. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Imagining that everything that sat on your shoulders throughout the week can just melt down the back of your body, out your shoulders, down your back, into the floor. And taking your right arm, just brush the length of your left arm, like you're wiping yourself clean. On the other side, left arm wipes the right arm. Taking the burden, the chaos, the craziness of this week, and just sending it back down into earth. And saying, I get that you needed to happen, but I want a little bit of ease back in my body. And then wipe both arms at the same time. And place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. 3 breaths in here. Let your breath expand into your hands, into 2 imaginary hands behind your low back, behind your upper back. And commit to practicing here today. And setting an intention for yourself and for the week ahead. Placing your hands down to the side. Ear comes towards the left shoulder. Press the right fingertips down and away from you. Breath into the side of your neck here. On an exhale, chin to chest, roll your ear towards the opposite side. Press those left fingertips down and away from you. Welcoming breath, clean, fresh, new, rejuvenating breath into your body today. Let the breath in. Arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, just fold forwards. Setting your intention down into the ground. What is it you'll bring in now as you clean yourself out? Make your way onto all fours. Tucking those toes under. Sit your bum back towards your heels and then rock back forwards. Rocking, sit the bum to the heels. Rock back to all fours. Do this a few times on your own. Stretching out the bottom of your feet here. And finding a neutral spine on all fours. Wiggle out your spine. So grow one side long, then the other side long. Another breath in, drop the belly, chest towards the ground, looking up. Exhale, press hands down, shins down, cat pose. Taking a few rounds of cat and cow here with your own breath. Knowing that when the world around you doesn't quite provide the nourishment that you need, you can always find it here on your mat, here through moving your body, and through drawing in more breath into your life. And take a few circles with your ribs, your hips, your head. Exploring a little movement here. And tuck those toes under, step the hands forward slightly, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Bending one knee or both knees. Take a nice breath in through your nose. Let it out through an open mouth. And again. On a breath in, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the knees, stack your hips here. Roll out that left ankle. Roll the ankle the opposite way. Then on an exhale, step the left leg through, drop the right knee to the ground. Inhaling, arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. Draw your front heel towards your back knee, growing a little taller in your low back. Front ribs slightly coming in together. And grabbing onto the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, reach up even taller. And exhale, side bend towards the left. And keep that engagement of heel towards knee, knee towards heel. And on an exhale, hands frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes under, straightening both legs, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. You can keep two straight legs or bend and straighten the back knee. What would it be like to dedicate yourself just to movement, just to breath, just for these 20 minutes? Bending the front knee, keep the back knee up, arms rise overhead, high lunge here. And take your arms into eagle pose here, crossing right elbow underneath the left. Keep those inner thighs scissoring towards each other, so your right hip turns towards the front of your mat here. And as much as you bend forward in that front leg, can you lift up with those elbows? Maybe you find a little baby back bend here. Releasing the arms. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, turn the right foot parallel to the side of your mat, warrior two. Just for 2 breaths here, because that front leg's getting nice and tired on us. Breathing in, straighten the left leg, turn the left toes towards center. Inhaling, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Letting the head go, shake the head out. No. Nod the head. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Walk the hands over towards the left-hand side, bending the right knee, getting a nice stretch along the left inner thigh. And straightening the right leg, switch sides. Hands walk over towards the right leg, bending the left one. Letting a part of your week go with each exhale. And coming back towards the middle. Scissor your inner thighs together to rise back on up. Turn the right toes towards the right-hand side of your mat. Bending that knee, warrior two here. Imagine you're trying to smear your front heel towards the left side of your mat. So my right heel wants to go towards the left side of my mat. I feel that nice external rotation across my right thigh here. Drop your hands towards the ground. Feel what it's like to have the worst posture you've ever had in your life. And then on the breath in, fill yourself up. Rise the arms back up to warrior two. And feel how the crown of your head can grow long and away from your pelvis, from your hips. Inhale. Exhale, find that nice high lunge towards the back of your mat. Take a breath in, grow a little taller. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, top of a push-up plank position, facing the back of your mat. Taking 5 breaths in here. Feel the front of the ribs gather together, front of your hips gather together. Like you're trying to put on a really tight pair of pants. That's how your abdominals engage in here. For your last 3 breaths, press the back of the head up towards the sky. And find something gentle about being here. And on an exhale, find downward facing dog. Again, walking the heels out or bending the knees, taking a child's pose if you need. And take 2 breaths in your nose and out your mouth. On a breath in, right leg lifts up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Roll the right ankle out one direction. And then the opposite direction. Step that right leg through, low lunge, left knee lowers down to the ground. Inhaling, strength of your legs, rise you on up here. And what if your ribs could grow 2 more inches away from your hips? Grab onto the left wrist, reach up and over towards the right. Always growing long in each pose here. Undoing what gravity might do to us every day. Like how we're shorter at the end of our day because of the water that's lost in our disc space in our back. Exhaling, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes under, straightening 2 legs, pyramid pose. And taking the option of bending and straightening that back leg to make a little more dynamic stretch here. Bending that front knee, find your high lunge, arms, ribs, rise on up. Cross left arm under right, eagle arms. See if you could sink a little deeper into that lunge, but lift even more in the upper body and the elbows. Growing your belly so long. Maybe finding a little back bend here, lifting up through the elbows, the heart. Exhaling, arms come up overhead. Coming into warrior two on the right. Left foot parallel towards the back of your mat here. See if you can feel like you're pressing your feet long and away from each other here. You're taking up more space in your room than you have all day. Inhaling, come towards the center. All toes face forward. Clasp the hands behind the back. Take a breath in, lift up through the heart. And exhale, fold forward between your legs. Maybe you need a little bend in your legs or bend in your elbows. Feel like you're trying to pull your hands apart and reach them towards the wall or space behind you. Allowing your exhale to remove what does not belong inside of you. Inhale, rise on up. Toe heel your feet together. Coming to the front of your mat. I'll stay in the middle of my mat for the camera here. Tree pose. Right leg lifts up, coming to the inner thigh. Hands come in towards heart center. As your left foot presses down into the ground, can you grow your head even taller up towards the sky here? Allow your arms to start traveling here, maybe finding a little dance in them, maybe finding a little bending and straightening in that left leg, challenging your balance. Releasing the right foot down, switching sides. Allowing your breath to just guide your movement here. Reflecting on perhaps how much your breath guided or didn't guide your week. Allowing your arms to dance in your space. And releasing. Finding a figure four chair. Right shin crossing across left thigh. Arms extend up and away from your hips. Press the back of your head back towards the back, back of your space. But see that difference between jutting your chin forwards and then sliding your chin and your ears back, just towards your upper arms. Hands come in towards your heart, keeping that position of your head pressing back. See if you could find a little forward fold here. Maybe fingertips to come to the ground. Maybe your hands stay in prayer. Either works. See if you could lift up with your right knee a little bit. I'm taking my hand and placing it on my right knee so I can press that thigh, that knee up into my hand. The stretch completely changes. Feels extra juicy for me after snowboarding. On an exhale, release, coming to stand, shaking out the right leg. Other side, left shin crosses on top of right thigh. Hands can come in towards the heart. And folding to the depth that feels good for you today. Notice if the right hip wants to come up here. Can you lift up with the left hip a little bit more? Taking left hand, pressing it into left thigh. And pressing left thigh up into your hands. So we're not just dropping into the stretch, but we're finding active engagement. Releasing the left foot. Find a little forward fold here. Grabbing opposite elbows. Easy sway side to side. Release the head. Placing hands on the floor, toe heel your feet a little wider, coming into Malasana, squat pose. Toes are likely wider than your heels here. Most of our hip sockets, if not all, face outward, so a turned out position is actually the more natural position of our hips. Roll the shoulders back and down here. Doesn't matter how deep your squat is, drag your heels towards each other. Feel that activates the center line of your body, your pelvic floor, engaging in, reaching up and out through the crown of your head. And then do the opposite. Press your feet apart. Let your pelvic floor release, like you're trying to just drop it down towards the ground. Heels press out, down, and away from you. And hands come to the ground. Find yourself in a seated position. Grabbing behind your upper thighs, coming into Navasana boat pose here. Lifting up through the heart as though there's a nice ski pole. You can tell I've been skiing a lot lately. Going down the length of the back of your spine. Shins come up, parallel towards the ground. Take a look at your toesies here. Spread them wide. See if you could spread your pinky toe away from your other toes. Maybe you release the hands as they reach out towards the front of the mat. Maybe the legs straighten. Bending the knees again. One vertebrae at a time. Keep the shins parallel towards the ground. Slowly roll down to the ground. Take the hands behind the head here. I used to hate core work in yoga, but now that I've been doing a lot of snowboarding, I really find that it's necessary for just reactivating here. So having the shins parallel towards the ground, hands behind the head. Draw the abdominals in and down towards the ground like you're trying to narrow your waist in. And on an exhale, lift up halfway. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift up a fourth. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift up all the way. Inhale, hold. Exhale all the way down to the ground. 5 more times. Inhale, 1/2. Exhale, hold. Inhale, a fourth. Exhale, hold. Inhale all the way. Exhale, hold. And then slowly lower all the way back down. The slow lower is just as important as the coming up. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hold. Inhale, another fourth. Exhale, hold. Inhale all the way. Slowly lower back on down. 2 more on your own. When you finish, straighten your left leg towards the ground, grab behind your right, and straighten the leg up towards the sky, pointing the toes. Kick your left heel down into the ground here as you try to send your right bum down and towards the front of your mat. So I'm not letting my hip lift up here. I'm sending my right hip down, reaching almost like it has a little tether to my left heel here. They're trying to pull towards each other. Bend and straighten the right leg a few times, flossing that sciatic nerve to the back of your leg. And it's lovely when you bend your knee if you could flex your foot. And when you straighten your knee, you could point your toes. That is the full nerve glide here of the sciatic nerve in the back of the leg. And hugging the right knee in towards the chest, twisting, bring it across your body. Right arm reaches towards the right side of the mat. If there's any discomfort in where you've landed in your twist, maybe scoot your left hip back a little bit. Bring it more into your mid-back, or if it's in your shoulder, right fingertips come to right shoulder. Bringing this week out of your body. Trust that what is important and necessary to know will stay. With an exhale, allow the space between your eyebrows to spread. Make your way back onto your back, grabbing behind the left thigh. Straighten the right leg down in front of you. Press long through that heel. Press the right heel into the ground. Left leg straightens up towards the sky. Feel like the left hip is rotating down like it wants to kiss your right heel. And let's do that nerve glide. Bend the right knee or left knee, flex the left foot. Straighten the knee, point the toes. Bend and bend, straighten and point. A few times with your own breath here. And hugging that left knee in towards the chest, twist it over towards the right hand side of your mat. Left arm extends to the left. So many ways to adjust your twist. This is a quick class, but if you're uncomfortable, scoot your hips back. Change how your arms are, change how much you've twisted. Send your breath into a new area of your body. Grow longer. So many ways to play. Allowing your breath to play in your body. Rooting out what does not serve you this year. Coming back onto your back, finding happy baby pose, grabbing outer feet or behind the upper thighs. Spreading those pelvic floor muscles. So it's the opposite feeling like you're trying to hold in the flow of urine. Allowing them to lengthen, press down and away from you. 5 breaths here. With each exhale, inviting something else to leave you. And finding any last pose you like here. I will take plow pose, bringing my legs back and over my head. And staying with your gift of this time to yourself. Lengthen your legs down your mat. Finding Shavasana. Even if you have to run out of here, take 1 minute. Take 1 minute to allow your body to surrender. And exercising your choice to relax. Without fear that it'll make you lazy. That you'll never be energized again. It's the kind of relaxing that fills you. So surrender to loving yourself. Trusting yourself. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you need. It's been a pleasure to be teaching again. Check back on YouTube, Terralyn Yoga, or Instagram, Here Now Body, for more classes. Namaste.